All right, we're live. We're back, and I got to plug my phone in because we weren't really prepared. We went live on the road mobile, but now we're back here in the studio, and I want to welcome those of you that are here that are going to come and join me to another international solutions and live broadcast with your breakthrough coach Santos Rolon Jr., the world's #1 problem gambling annihilator. The year is 2021. We are headed towards 2022. Let's see who meets with me today here on this broadcast. I missed you guys earlier. We're playing a little bit of the Mario Kopman beats in the background. We are live. All right. What's happening here? How come it's not? Uh-oh. Here we go. All right. There we go. All right. Got that going on. Got some beats going on. I'm excited to be here. Let's see what I can do to pay it forward. Well, Mario got some beats, man. I better plug in my... We're not in the studio here tonight. We're improvising. Improv. Welcome to those of you that are going to be on the broadcast tonight. And Happy New Year. All right. Is it working? Yeah. Well, we'll see how long the music... We'll see how long the music will last with us tonight. All right. Welcome back, Nick. There we go. Yeah. I just made it back a little bit and see what we can do on this Sunday. I was on the road and I was trying to do the live at 7 p.m., which is the usual time that I come on, but I couldn't do it. So here we are. All right. Did I bring? Yes, I did bring my handy dandy pen, my paper. Well, we made it. Yes, we made it to the year 2021. What does this year hold in store? What does this year hold in store for us? I think everybody dropped off. I'll hang out for a little bit. I figured 30 to 40 minutes, and that's about it. That's the extent of the broadcast. Again, the reason why I'm here tonight on this broadcast, I'm going to read this, give you a better understanding of why I'm here on this broadcast and why I'm doing Solutions and Answers. I'm here at Solutions and Answers to give back, to pay it forward, to help you find your strength. To help you find your strength, your fire, and your step forward. That's why I'm on this broadcast. We don't have the program on Wednesdays and Fridays any longer. We're going to be working some things out during the week. So I apologize to those of you that were on that program with me. Unfortunately, it was an experimental. So, but we will keep the Sunday broadcast. Okay, the camera's doing fine. In fact, we were going to as I serve via video and stuff like that, what happens is I get motivated. I get inspired to keep going. I become stronger as I give, as I pay it forward. Another thing that I want people to know, that I struggle, right? I struggle, I fail, I falter, I get scraped up. I get scraped up every once in a while. I bleed too, you know. I want people to know that I may be ahead of a few people in the race, but I fall down like the rest of them. I want people to know a little bit more about me. I want to give you an opportunity, for those of you that don't know me, to give you an opportunity to meet me here live. And who knows, I might be the answer to help you get what you want. I might be the answer to help you get to that next step. I might be the answer to help you ignite the fire, the light, turn on the light. I might be that person. And that's what I'm striving to do here as we go into the new year, become more realize that we really need to build networks and belong to a community, belong to something. Oh, let me get some water. I'll be right back. Be right back. So, all right. Okay, my friends, we're back. So I am going to read a proverb here in a few minutes. I definitely want to read a proverb. It's in in Titus. It's in the book of Titus. It says, let me see, where is it? Where am I at today? 2:11:12. This is the proverb for Sunday. Something that it's a ritual that I get into. I read a proverb. Some people might have interest. Some people might not have interest. But I'm going to read it anyways because it's food. It's soul food. That's what I call the book of Proverbs. If I can find it. Come on, bear with me here. It's hidden in here. Anyways, I hope that everybody's doing very well. We are into the new year, as we all know. We're actually headed towards 2022, if you don't realize it already. Wow, yeah. You guys think ahead. Am I wrong by saying that? That you got to think ahead? Look at it. I'm stuck in the Proverbs. All right, here we go. Actually, it's... Whoa. What did we do here, Santos? There we go. 2:11:12. All right, let's read. Here we go. Knowing that he that is such... Wait a minute. 2. No. For the grace of God that bringeth salvation hath appeared to all men, all mankind, teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lusts, we should live soberly, righteously, and godly in this present world. That we should live in this present world. Not here, and I'm on a live program.
I spent 25 years researching men living to 110 or 120.
I have a mad daughter.
I discovered one food.
She's too old for herself. She's too old for herself. All right, my friends, that's the proverb for the day. Eric, Nick, those of you that are here, love the Christmas time off. Yep, right on. Back to the grind tomorrow. Yes. By the way, I'm only going to be here for about 30 minutes tonight. Time's going to go by quick. Yeah, I was on the road. I couldn't make it back here to start the program at 7. So I figured I'd come home, at least send a little bit of a message out, and try to do something, man. All right, I wanted to do something tonight on this broadcast. I'm gonna make an attempt to do something on this broadcast. There's a few people here, and that's great. What I want to do is I want to just do a little bit of an experiment with those of you that are here, and this is something that you can do You can do this on your own. What I'm about to share with you here, I'm going to do it anyways. It's something that I use to help further myself, to help overcome areas in my own life. Um, you can create healing with what I'm about to share with you. There's a lot of things that you can do with this, but I'm gonna demonstrate this with you here. Those of you that are here, if you're here and you want to participate, you can. If not, you can, I don't know, make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with some light chocolate milk to go with it or something. All right, it's my way to give back. Um, I don't I don't know a whole lot of things, but I do know a lot about self mastery and self empowerment and creating change. And some of my methods and some of my ideas are a little bit bizarre. Uh, I guess they are, but they work for me. And I don't expect you guys to do the same thing. I don't expect others to do the same thing that I'm doing. But if something that I'm doing works and you can copy it, why not? If something that I'm sharing with you that you can kind of improvise, change it up a little bit, maybe add some color, who knows, maybe add some music to it and make it yours. You have to have a plan, my friend. You have to have a plan, you have to have tools. In this world that we live in and where we're going, we have to absolutely know, we have to belong to community, we should have tools, and you should be working on yourself every single day. Every single day, you should be working on your mind, training your mind, making sure that your mind stays strong against the pollution that is outside. There's a lot of pollution outside. So here's what I wanted to do. What I'm about to do, what I'm about to share with you here, I usually do this in a dark room. Okay? And sometimes you can do this. Uh, it takes practice to do visualization, to role play in your mind. It's one of the best ways that I know of that you can fix problems. What I'm about to share with you here in a little bit. One of the fastest ways I believe that you can fix problems. And yes, it's a discipline. It's a work. It's an exercise. It's a life hack. Before I get into that exercise that we're going to do here, if you want to join me, you can. Jim West, welcome to the broadcast. Michael, welcome. Yeah, do not conform to a mad world. Exactly. I'm just getting odd jobs tied up trying to make up for my old procrastinations. Okay. I want to acknowledge Eric. ¿Qué onda, compa? Eric Slots. Jason. By the way, once again, Happy New Year to all of you guys that are here. Rich Sapani. Wednesday programming and Friday programming is no longer available. I just want to let you guys know that. Jason Smith, welcome. Good to see you. And again, Nick Castellano. All right, we got a few people on here. I have to ask you, I've mentioned this before. I'm not going to go over it, but I have to ask you the question, why are you here? Why are you, if you're here, there has to be you should have a good motive for being here, a good reason for being here, because if not, we're wasting our time. And we don't have a lot of time to be wasting. We're already heading towards 2022. All right. So those of you that want to get into this with me, I'm just going to do something here. If you want to hang tight, hang tight. If not, like I said, make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. All right. This is something that I do in the mornings. I've been doing this for a while. As you can see, my eyes are closed. I'm going to keep my eyes closed for a little bit. This is something that I do that I've learned to do with myself and for myself very early on in the morning. Even before I get out of bed, I can close my eyes and I just repeat a couple of affirmations to myself. For God has not given me a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. They that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. See, I remind myself of these things before even getting out of bed with my eyes closed because I'm still dazed, right? You know, when you get out of bed, you're kind of like in a daze. You're like still like in zombie land kind of thing, right? And what I'm doing is real. Okay, so I hope those of you that are here, if you're struggling, if you've got some problems in your life, if you're trying to figure out some things, I want you to pay attention to what I'm about to share with you. In fact, you could take some notes. So I got my eyes closed. Why do I have my eyes closed? Because I can concentrate a little bit more. When you get up in the morning, you're dazed. Your brain is still like in a fog. It's in a hypnotic trance state coming out of sleep. These are the times that you should focus on training your brain. These are the times that you should go into your closet. And we're getting into the exercise right here. So you go into your closet, whatever it might be. For me, I have a nice sized bathroom that I walk into. I just go in there with my eyes closed. And I do something in there. I turn on the fan so that I can have some white noise. Now, you can get creative with yourself. You can do whatever you want. But when I go in there, I'm with my eyes closed, and sometimes I do different things, but most of the time, what I'll do is I'll sit there and I will imagine the problem. So if you're with me right now, I want you to, if you've got your eyes closed, I want you to think about something. I want you to think about a problem that you have. I want you to think with me, right? This is something that I practice. This is something that I do just about every single day, not just once. Sometimes I'll do this 2 or 3 times. It really depends on the problem. It depends on the challenge. It depends on how bad I want the solution. So I'm sitting there in the dark with my eyes closed and I'm thinking about the problem, right? Can you see your problem in your mind's eye? Right now, if you were to close your eyes like I've asked you to, can you see the problem? Can you see your situation that you're struggling with? Can you see it in your eye, in your mind's eye? Can you see it? Santos, you're getting weird on us, man. It's okay. Micro yoga moment. I'm teaching you something that you can use, a life hack that you can use starting from today, and you can change your life. So now that you see the problem, right? Can you see the problem? Can you see the problem in your head? You can see it. Okay, so now I want you to flip that problem. Just flip it in your mind and look at the solution. I want you to look at your problem. Look at it. It's in your mind, right? You've got your eyes closed. You're taking notes also with your eyes closed. No, I'm just kidding. You can't take notes with your eyes closed. All right, you can do that afterwards. But in your mind's eye, you should see the problem and you should be able to flip it in your mind. You should be able to fix it in your mind. So what happens when you do that? What happens when you use your imagination and you're looking at a problem, but yet you can flip it in your mind? You can see the solution. It's right there. You know how many people could be taking advantage of this and we don't take advantage of this life hack that I'm sharing with you guys right now? I may even look foolish to some of you. I don't care. This works if you work it, and it'll help you. Okay, I'm going to get back to it here in a minute. I got a little bit of a distraction. What's that?
I was doing mind's eye thing. I'm sitting down again.
Okay, I got distracted big time. But anyways, those of you that are here, you got a little bit of a taste of something that I do with myself. And yes, it might seem a little bit strange in the beginning. I went into a little bit more of an elaborate, demonstration because it's exactly what I do. How do I keep my mind in peak state? In fact, I said this the other day. How do I keep myself happy when I'm sad? How do I keep myself happy when I'm sad? I'll tell you how I do that, by doing this life hack that I just shared with those of you that are here. And this is just one among many other that I experiment with: journaling, video therapy, mirror talk. Of course, exercising is also a life hack that you can use to better yourself. And you can go into your dark room anytime that you can. The morning time is the best, and right before you go to bed. And the reason why I say that is because that's where your mind wave, your mind has, there's activity, there's electricity, there's combustion. It's like you got an 8-cylinder or a 6-cylinder engine. Some have 8 cylinders, some have 6, some have 4 cylinders. Some are only operating on 3 cylinders. Some have a V8 up here, but they're only operating on 7 cylinders or 6. If you understand what I'm getting at here. It's time for us to really improve ourselves this new year. It's time for us to stop. It's time for us to start talking about how we're going to improve ourselves, instead of just saying that we are going to improve ourselves. Oh yeah, I'm going to do this. Oh yeah, I'm going to do the other thing. I'm going to this and that, and you know what? We don't do any of it. New Year's resolutions, right? Um, New Year's blockbusters is what they are. All right. Um, there we go. Eric says I'll go for. So I don't know. Um, I want to focus on this, the power of this visual. I'm telling you, my friends, if you get what I'm sharing with you here, you might think this is completely foolish, but you take a few minutes out. You just take a few minutes out of your day, and if once you build a habit of doing this, once you build a habit of this 5 or 10 minute, this is going to be this what I just shared with you is also going to be in the book, one of my new books titled 15-Minute Mornings Breakfast of Champions, where I share ideas, just little simple ideas, little simple things, life hacks that you can use 5 minutes, 10 minutes to change the way you think, to change the way you talk, to change the way you feel. And once you do that, once you begin to change your structure, you'll change your life, you'll change your finances, you'll change your relationships, you'll change your health, all of that. It's a big package, man. And you can do it. Yes. And I have to be careful here too, because you might find yourself in a position where you're very ill in life, where you are ill. You've got something wrong with you. And I understand that, right? Some things we're just not going to be able to overcome. We're going to have to work through it. Something we're just not going to be able to overcome. We're going to have to work through it. Somehow, we're going to have to figure out a way to work through that thing. It might be pretty bad. It might be, I have a person that comes to mind right now as I'm sharing this, because, just because the doctor said, or just because your friends or somebody else said, just because they said, or even your own head, right? Just because your own head said, no, I'm not going to believe that. No, I'm not going down that path. I can, I will, I do, I am. I can, I will, I do, I am. We have to be on the path, my friends, this new year. Relentless. You want to stop. I had a really good conversation with a young man last night, and you have to be determined. You're either in or you're out. You're either in or you're out. You either belong to the community. For instance, I have a community here with Soldiers of Self-Mastery, right? It's a community. I invite those of you to belong to the community. I invite those of you to subscribe to my email lists. We send emails periodically during the week, couple of them. We're not going to spam your email box to death or anything like that. We have a couple of videos that we're doing during the week. And then we have this live program. We've got, just managed to launch our one of our latest books, and we're working on another book, obviously, that we've been working on. And I've got GABA that we're rebuilding from the ground up, the Gambling's Addictions Breakthrough Academy. That is going to be a phenomenal tool, a phenomenal international tool to help people around the world, my friends. I didn't put a lot of emphasis into GABA, the first, I don't know, call it version 2.0. But this version that we are creating is like version 5.0. I'm going to really push the heck out of that thing because it's going to be a tool in the hands of problem gamblers. It's going to help turn their lives around, especially the ones that are really, really serious about wanting to get away from it as quick as possible. Okay, I'm getting some messages, getting a little bit distracted here. 26, we've got a few minutes left of this broadcast. We've got a few minutes. We're not going to go too long on this broadcast. So if you have a question, I'm going to look through here. If you have a question that you want to ask, let's take advantage of this time because, again, you know, my friends, I may not be here on the next broadcast. That's the truth. I may not be here. So what we need to do it now. Whatever it is that you need to do, whatever it is that you need to and you know what it is. I'm just inspiring you to get it done and over with. Just get it done and over with. Eric Daniel says, I have an overactive brain. I do too. I have an overactive. In fact, my brain works so sometimes I get distracted. I lose focus. So I can understand that. But don't think it ever will, but maybe I can focus on different thoughts. All things are possible to him that believes. All things are possible to him that believes. All things are possible to him that goes to work. My friends, we are being conditioned. Listen, we are being conditioned to be controlled. If you understand what I'm saying here, when you look at the world, when you look at the nations of the world, and then you look at the United States, when you can see the changes. I've been around the world. I've been in the military for 8 years, so I've seen some changes over the last, from the 80s all the way up to now. I've seen some major changes around the world and in the United States. And we are coming into a place where you have to protect your mind. You have to protect your mind, your finances, my friend. We are all individually. We have to secure, protect what we have, and understand what is going on, so that we can be at peace to a certain degree. Because if you don't know what's going on, if we just, there's some people that think they can just live in complete ignorance. There's people that think that they don't have to focus on anything at all. They don't need to learn anything. They're just like, they live in this fantasy world. And I guess that's where they want to live, right? But man, I would not want to get caught naked, man. Imagine being caught naked in front of a bunch of people. Can you imagine that? You're just going along in life, and all of a sudden, boom, something comes along and strips you naked in front of a bunch of people. I think that would be really weird, wouldn't it? But yet, that's what's happening. That's what's going to happen if we don't learn how to now. If we don't learn how to protect this, so that this can help our body and everything else about us. Hopefully, those of you that were here tonight enjoyed the little bit of the demonstration that I gave you regarding visualization. I'm going to encourage you to take advantage of it. And if you're here, you just got here and you didn't watch this, I would at least encourage you to get a little glimpse of that visualization example exercise that I shared with you on this broadcast, because you can use that for anything. In your own privacy, you can change. I'm telling you, man, it's not that difficult. If it's difficult, it's because you're making it difficult, or you're allowing somebody else to make it difficult. All right. Yeah, hot wire your brain. Exactly. Take control of your brain. Take control of it. It feels good. I short circuited I can't drive. Yeah. Stick around. Stick around, my friend. I'll do my best to help you stay on the right path, because that's what I'm doing day by day. I just invite you, if you are struggling inside with casino, with online. In fact, I didn't even realize some of these casinos are, because they're on reservations, they can stay open. A lot of them can. The ones within city limits can't. But if you're struggling, you have a good place right here, my friend. You have a good community right here on Sundays. You have Soldiers of Self-Mastery, YouTube, TV. A lot of these videos, even my old videos, you can watch. You can take some notes a little bit. Make a difference, my friend. All right, I'm going to read something out of one of my older versions, the book. We're going to be closing here. We're going to be coming down. See if I get another question or two. Could morning and bedtime be the best training for the training the mind? The best time to retrain your subconscious, your brain is more open to input, is early upon rising from sleep and just before bedtime. Because your brain knows, it's conditioned, right? Your brain knows, your body knows that it's getting ready for bed. So what happens? It begins to shut down. It begins to relax. That's the time to attack the bad stuff up here. In the morning, right? Your body's kind of waking up out of that daze. You're still in slumber. You ever notice you're still like in a dream-like state where you can use your imagination. If you've ever done this, you know what I'm talking about here. It's a really cool experience. Generally, it happens every morning, right? You wake up, you're still in that foggy state, dream-like state. You can think things, and it almost feels really real. The more you think of it, the more you think on those thoughts, the more you hold on to those thoughts. Your body, your emotions do not know the difference. Your mind is tricking your body into believing that the thing's already happened. And guess what? The more that you practice up here, when you begin to do it in the real physical, it's easy for you. It's like, oh, yeah, we've already been through this before. So the body goes right through it. The body, doesn't have a problem cooperating with you. The problem is when your body is not cooperating with you. You know what I'm talking about? Your body doesn't want to cooperate. You seem to find yourself in the driver's seat. In fact, sometimes you might even find yourself in the trunk, locked up, and somebody else or something else is driving your vehicle, right? But you're in the trunk and you're going along for the ride. It's like you get in the trunk and you go along. No, 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 no. You know what? I'm getting out of this trunk. I'm going to open this door and I'm going to get out of this passenger seat and I'm going to get behind the wheel. I am going to get behind the wheel and that's it. And nobody, not even you, your own mind, your sabotager, right? That enemy, it's like you're not your own enemy, but you have like enemies. They're there, they just linger, they're like invisible, and they just come around. And sometimes they poke thoughts at you. You ever get some weird thoughts sometimes? All right. Plasticity. They are a better time of the day for thinking, listening, and watching, receiving input. And just about anyone can take advantage of all this research that's been known and shared with us about the plasticity of the human mind and how we can train the mind to train the body. There's so much research, there's so much study, colleges, there's, well, mostly universities and hospitals, right? These private companies that do all these. Uh, Finding ways to stimulate creativity, your mind will give you more ideas. Use them. Use them. Use them. Remember, the more you train your brain, you're not braining your train. You won't be derailing your personal growth. In other words, you'll be your best. You need to do only what you can do. Wonderful change starts with you because you can. We should not neglect it. Most people are restricting their own personal growth. They're braining their train. They're not training their brain. So they're braining their train, if you get my lingo there. In order to change you, my friend, simply stated, you must change. All right. I'm going to walk to the store just, okay. Any questions? Any questions before we come? We're getting ready to close. Um, Save your money, buy some healthy pizza. There you go, Jesse. Michael Wright. Michael Reitzenstein says, send them the gift not to go. Uh, I stutter. I stutter. Do I think there's a cure? There is a cure for everything, but will we experience that cure in our lifetime is the question. Because there's a cure for every single thing. I believe that with all my heart. You can make stuttering better. I stutter every once in a while. I trip on my own words, but I don't think on it. I just keep going, and I keep practicing to get better. Seems like the harder I work, the more I fail, but that's all right, because the more that you fail, I mean, think about it. If you're failing a lot, you should be learning from your failure. If you're failing and you're not learning, what does that mean? What does that mean, that you're failing but you're not learning? Because you could be failing, right? And you could be learning. All right, where's my call to action here? Here's my call to action, my friends. What if you started self-reflection from now on? What if you started self-reflection for yourself from today on? You began to look at yourself a little bit more uh, with value. Maybe you started questioning certain ideas that you believe. What if you started doing some of that? Some self-reflection, some self-internal analysis, starting from right now. That's my call to action, really. It's just to get into that. But get into it. It's a new year. Get into it differently than you did last year. Why didn't you want to do it last year? There's a reason why you didn't want to do something last year. It's a new year. You can have a new reason for doing something differently. For something that you know that you need to do, that might be a little bit strange to you, but you know that you need to do it. Right now is a good time to take advantage, because there's a buzz in the air. We all know it. You go to the neighbors. Well, of course, we don't do a lot of that right now with the COVID-19 thing. But we know there's a lot of talk about change. There's a lot of talk about New Year's resolutions. And my friend, wherever you can find a source of energy that will help you find something that you need, whatever it may be, I don't know, you know what it is. Whenever you find a source, a community, a tribe, a tool, of course, you can always have many tools, friends, relationships, networks. You have to cherish that, plug in, take advantage, but also support, my friends, right? We have to support. You have to support, man. We all need each other. We need to be doing that. I don't really have anything else. There's a few more comments. Let me see if there's a question or two. My question to you is, why are you anxious all the time, Eric? Why? Why are you anxious all the time? Exactly. So, Eric, I'll be waiting for an answer there, buddy. Got to put you on the spot. Fail in the mind before you go. Eric, is true. I am a witness. "20 years of hardcore gambling." Well, it's a new year. Abstraction, it's a new year. By the way, we're headed towards 2022. It's a good year, my friend. It's a good time to make change. And it's a good time to stop believing lies, because that's what we do. We believe a lot of lies. And I'm here to tell you that the truth is that you can. You can. It is. Should I say it's that easy? There's work involved. The problem lies in the fact that we get distracted by the lies, and we believe. See, the lies don't have any faith building material. They don't have any substance to really help motivate you, except in the wrong direction. So what happens when you stop believing the lie? What happens? Well, you begin to see the truth. You begin to acknowledge the truth. The truth becomes a part of what you've got going on. At least it should. All right, my friends. One last question, and we are going to call it a night here. I want to thank those of you that were here: Jim West, Eric Daniel. We've got Michael Reisenstein, Jesse, Eric Daniel, Abstraction, Eric Slots. Who else was here? There's Jesse. There was Nicola. I know Nicola was on here. Good to see him. Shout out. We were a little bit perplexed, maybe a little bit distracted here tonight, but that's okay. We got through it, man. And I was glad to be here. Jason Smith, Rich Sapani. Jason. All right. That's it. Yep. All right, my friends. It's been an honor. It's been a privilege. Thank you for being here with me. We've gone 45 minutes. And again, my call to action is self-reflection. What if you started making some changes from today on? What if? What if you began to make those changes that you know you need to make? What if? All right. I will see you inside either an email. I might see you inside one of my books or a video or another live broadcast on Sunday at 7 p.m. Appreciate you guys. I salute you, and remember, well, two things remember. Peace through strength from the top of my heart, and your good life is going to come out of a good series of good, constant, positive reminders. Until my next one.